What up, sports fans? Welcome back to the Sam and Roll. Sam is in the house. We'll do it right this time.
Now we know how to shake hands. We know how to hug.
We know how to.
This is how men act. All right. I'm not going to
Well,
shove you.
it depends if you're playing for the Vikings or the Packers. This is really how men act.
Please, I'm not in the mood for a dick kick today. Please, all right. I don't need one of those.
I don't know. The guy apologized, so we'll let that one slide.
It's terrible, but just adds to the rivalry. I like that.
So
right, where are you starting? Where do you want to go? Where do you want to go? I know what I want to talk about, but tell me what you think.
I kind of think we need to start with Tebow.
Yes, Tebow. The number one reason that my Sunday was spectacular, all right? Otherwise, this is a weird week for me. Now, it's an Eagles bye week. It's a Patriots bye week. It's a tough fantasy week. It's a tough Philadelphia week. So what am I doing? What am I watching? What's that game that I'm really going to gear up on? Who knew that it would be Dolphins and Broncos? And if Orton plays that game, I don't think it's exciting
Dolphins are up by 15 with 3 minutes to go.
Steve Hartman was a genius. He had all his picks right. You know, the Dolphins are going to win their first game at home, even though they're terrible at home.
Well, Sperano's job is secured.
Least, you know, but then what happens? 15-0. Tebow brings him back, and not only does Tebow bring him back, he scores the touchdown to make it a 2-point game, and then the 2-point conversion. Now, who knew that Tim Tebow would take the ball at the 2-yard line and run the end zone? I mean, that's an interesting play. I mean, have I ever seen something like that with Tebow running the ball? Of course,
everybody in America
did the Dolphins. Yeah, that was totally ridiculous on the Dolphins, but it made for a very exciting game. I loved it. Tebow, to me, I'll watch Tebow every week. I'm not saying, look, I don't have to worry about it because I'm not a Broncos fan. So I understand Bronco fans will say he's not John Elway, he's not even Kyle Orton, we don't like this guy, he's not even Jay Cutler.
He just needs to be
Who
Tim
cares?
Tebow.
He's interesting every week, and he gives you a reason to watch. Now, I think Tebow's fantastic.
His move, when he's doing this, it's like almost like a dog. When a dog sits down, it goes in a circle. You know, that move
is so... The play he made where he was almost sacked at the goal line and then ran 30 yards for a first down. I know what you're talking about, that little spin. And I'm sorry, the play where he runs across the entire field and then throws it back the other way, it's great. He gets all the defense going, okay, here he goes, he's going to run, throws it back the other way.
It's a great story now, but I give it 3 or 4 weeks before defenses catch up.
I'm sure you're absolutely right, but I'm not worried about it. For me, it worked for the one Sunday. I needed him on Eagles bye week, Patriots bye week, that was it.
So we got Tebow out of the way. Now, who am I?
You've got to be, let's see, were you watching Sunday Night Football?
I was.
Were you watching that great matchup where Peyton Manning went back to New Orleans where his dad was quarterback? That was a lot of fun, right?
I was.
What was the final on that? 62-7.
This is the Colts. What they should have done was wave the white towel.
Pathetic. We heard a lot of the highlights from that game. I mean, the Saints announcers didn't know what to do. 21-0, 42-7. I remember I turned the game on at one point. I looked at Darcy and I said, "Can you believe this game is 55-7?" Before I could finish 7. Interception, run back, touchdown, 62-7. It was unbelievable.
I remember that in the second quarter, I hear a touchdown to Jimmy Graham, and then later in the fourth, another touchdown to Jimmy Graham, or the third. I thought they were replaying the same play.
So did I. What about Colston to start the game? Touchdown Colston, and then he basically did nothing the rest of the game. And then even with Breeze out of the game, the Saints are still scoring points, and the Colts are doing nothing.
We know we had a protocol on a handshake. Is there a protocol about rubbing it in? 62-7. Should they have stopped?
No. Look,
I know they pulled Breeze.
Fourth quarter, you got Breeze out of the game, and like I said, I'm listening to the game. It's 55-7. What are you going to do as a DB? When the ball's thrown right to you. Yeah. It's not like, look, on defense, you're not scoring that many touchdowns. You are taking them when you get them, all right? I think that's totally fine. I mean, ask the Chiefs. Are they going to take those? I mean, sure, Bowler's throwing it right to them. They're going to take it 58 yards. Brandon Flowers not going to take it when Carson Palmer's throwing it right at his numbers.
They're red and white. Did you not realize they're not?
That game was abysmal. And like Steve Hartman had also told us, I mean, as bad as Kyle Bowler was, he had like a 22 quarterback rating. Carson came in with a 17 rating. So the bye week will be good for the Raiders this week. And of course, the big game we're all gearing up for is Raiders-Chargers. Might decide the AFC West. And your Chargers, what happened to them in New York?
I was trying to avoid that.
No, we have to bring that up. Here's what I want to know. Does Phillip Rivers know what's happening on fourth down? Now, there's a couple things you can do on fourth down with about 10 seconds to go in the game.
Yeah, you could Hail Mary,
which, as we know, in college football worked this last weekend, so maybe it would have worked in the NFL. Or another option is you can find your tight end streaking across the field. You can overthrow him by about 15 feet and throw the ball out of bounds, which will end the game.
Say it went to
right. No, that's nice. So that'll end the game there. An incomplete out of bounds. That was pretty good. Did you like that play? Were you happy with the way that ended?
I am steaming from that play. Fourth down, Phillip Rivers throws the ball out of bounds. It wasn't even close to anybody or anywhere.
Did you see him
I
come
don't know what's going on,
when he came off
the Chargers do not have one quality win this year. They really don't.
No. Look, I'm not going to go against that. I'm with Phillip Rivers, who after the game said, Give me a break.
We're 4-2. We're 4-2.
And in the past, they've been 2-4. How about when they're leading the league in offense and in defense and they're not winning games? I'd rather them now play these questionable games.
If he plays like that, Brandon Flowers is going to be hero of the game on Monday Night Football.
I'm telling you, I'm looking forward to Monday night. I think the Chargers are going to look
and then they got the
right back on ship. I know, look. The schedule is not easy, but the Chargers are one of those teams that are supposed to be in the Super Bowl or at least contending for it. I expect them to have 10 wins. I'm not worried about them right now.
All right? I got to hit DeMarco Murray for a second.
Real quick.
The Cowboys rookie.
Now, okay, he was on your fantasy team. Have you ever heard of this guy before Sunday? Ever?
Before Sunday, yes, because everybody was saying pick this kid up on Tuesday. So I heard about him this
Jones
week.
was out, so you thought, okay, fine. So you heard about it. I didn't even hear that. But DeMarco Murray, 253 yards?
Exactly.
Not bad. 91
greatest performance in NFL history.
Not bad.
And he's not even the starter.
And that's the best part. Sunday Night Football against my Eagles, and they don't even know if he's going to start the game.
He's not starting.
Well, I'm going to tell you this much. Please do Andy Reid a favor and don't start this guy. All right, I'm getting out of here. All right, I got work to do. All right, we're done.
DeMarcus Murray fans, feeling you.
DeMarco.